Hello my friend and welcome back. My name is Hannah and today I'm going to talk about this week's new releases. I feel like I'm always wearing this sweater. I promise I wear other things. It's just I'm filming this on Thursday. Friday is my last day of work before we go on winter vacation for school. So I'll try to just wear like normal clothes. But I don't know, we were doing some like holiday stuff and I was afraid people were going to be taking pictures, so I did a little bit of makeup. But because I have to wear a mask, that just kind of left like a very simple eye look. I threw on a lip just for this video, so it didn't look like, because like without it, it does look a little bit intense and crazy. But I'm not wearing any like foundation or concealer or anything like that. And I just wanted to point out, when I filmed doing a full face of items that I didn't like in 2021, I did break out. And I know I put that note on the video, but like you can see it on my face. And I also have it like here in my hairline as well. And I don't know, I just wanted to point that out because I don't know, I think it just confirms that like it really did just break out my skin. So I don't know what's in that product. But moving forward, being in the present time, if you're interested in anything that I'm wearing or anything that I mention, I will link it at the bottom down below if things are out and available. I know some of the releases don't come out until after Christmas, so we'll see. But let me scoot over. I will have pictures inserted here. If I can get my phone up. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about, I don't remember if I talked about this last week. I feel like I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I don't know. But Pat McGrath is doing a collaboration with Bridgerton, which is a show on Netflix. If you're familiar with like Emma and Pride and Prejudice and not Walden. Why did Walden come to my brain? Not The Awakening either, but maybe The Awakening? No, different eras. It's more of just like that, like English, like posh, conservative time, you know, where everyone had big hair and had like these crazy names and said a lot of words to say very little. I clearly have not watched the show. I don't really know what it's about. It's not really my thing. I really enjoy Of Pride and Prejudice, the novel. Jane Austen, that's the author. Like a Jane Austen, because she also wrote Emma. Anyway, if you're into that kind of stuff, you might be into Bridgerton. I've never watched it. Just want to put that out there. But there's 3 items, like 3 categories in this collection. And the first one is the eye blush palette. The second one are these 2, they say gold highlights. One is more silver leaning, but I think it's more of like a gold silver kind of thing going on. And then the other one's more of like a true gold. And then the Divine Blush Plus Glow Trio. So the item that really like calls to me the most, that like I am really contemplating picking up myself, is the eye blush palette. The shades in that palette look like something that I would wear on my face, and shades that I could use as a blush, maybe even like a highlight. So if it's like a versatile kind of palette, that's kind of neat. I don't really have something like that in my collection, and I don't really have anything from Pat McGrath, but these shades kind of call to me. And if I do try anything from Pat McGrath, I think it might be this. I don't know, the Bumblebee imprints are really calling to me, but there's like a little blue highlight in the top corner, and then like the browns and those pinky tones, just, I don't know, it calls to me. The highlights I'm probably going to skip on. Those don't really seem like my kind of color and tone that I would play with, but the imprint looks very awesome. Like, I would love to get a luxury product. Like, I don't know, when I get my Blade Runner, well, Pat McGrath, do a Blade Runner? She could. I wouldn't put it past her to like Blade Runner. She did do a Star Wars Pat McGrath. You could do a lot. I just want everyone to do a Blade Runner. collaboration. It's a good movie. Anyway, focus. And then there is the Trio palette, which are 2 blushes and a highlight, and I think that's really neat. And one of the tones, like one of the blushes, looks more like I call them a blush light, but they're like a blush topper, like a hybrid, if you will, that you could be able to use it as a highlight or more as like a glimmery, dewy kind of blush. But if I'm being honest, why would I get the Trio when I can get the eyeshadow palette? You know what I mean? They look very similar, but this really does call to me. It looks really, really beautiful. I'm really excited for it. It does kind of remind me, because I almost picked up the Jaclyn Hill like blush set, and she was kind of inspired by like that similar kind of era. I think she was even maybe mentioning Bridgerton. I don't know how long that show has been on Netflix, but I know that that blush collection just came out this year. I was interested in getting it. I was really tempted to pick up one of those palettes, or at least some of the blushes, because I thought the tones were really pretty. But maybe there was a reason I didn't, and then this came out, is what I'm saying. The next item is, I know I talked about this last week, but I think there's finally swatches for those Rare Beauty bronze sticks. And I mean, they look like a nice tone. Like one of those tones I can already tell is maybe more my shade. Rare Beauty is it's one of those brands where like it looks very promising, but there's only like a few things that I think I gravitate towards. Like I know like those soft pinch blushes, the liquid blushes, a lot of people really, really love. I'm kind of like, they're okay. I wouldn't pay the $20 for it. Like I would rather put my $20 somewhere else. But I think their mascara is really good. I've liked and enjoyed the lip products. Maybe they're not my shade, but I've enjoyed them. Even the liquid blush, like the one shade might not be flattering on me, but I still like enjoy it and the process of using it. So I don't know. I think it's definitely like a type of makeup. I don't know if I'm gonna like rush to pick this up, because if I'm being honest, I already have a cream bronzer that I super, super love, so I'm really not in the market for it. But I think it's neat. I think it's cool. So if you're interested, there are swatches. I don't know how many items are gonna be in this collection. They're all under $30. It's available on Christmas Day at 9 p.m. on Sephora. I don't know, check it out. There's also like a loose setting powder if you were interested. The next item, Jacob Wu is releasing 2 eyeshadow palettes, and they look like they just kind of color cropped a bunch of the Colourpop quads together. I don't know. I feel like I talked about a lot of neutral releases last week. Our neutral's just having a moment right now because like after the holidays and before like the new year, it's just like a weird time. So like neutrals are like the safest, because you know how we're just like, oh, we're not quite in the new year yet, but we're also there's also not a whole lot of year left. Looking at the picture of the palette on the left, there's this shade in the center and bottom row that I swear are exactly the same. Like that is the same shade. This has to be for someone. This is someone's like makeup aesthetic. Like they like, I don't know. I feel like there's people who like really elaborate packaging, and then there's people who like very simple packaging, and this might be for them. I don't know. I don't really know much about Jason Wu's makeup, but it's there. It's there if you were interested. I think I talked about this last week. I had to have. I feel like this is where I ended my video. But Glamlight released their Icy collection, and there's 2 palettes and then the lip trio. I don't know. I think I'm going to wait for the swatch video, like the review videos, to come out before I make this purchase. I really want to. I really love Icies. It's kind of hard to think about Icies in the wintertime. But I know that I'm going to go see The Matrix in theaters, and I know that I always get an Icy when I go. So I don't know. That's what I'm thinking about. But it looks really, really pretty. I want to try Glamlight. I've heard nothing but really good things about the brand and their formula. I just don't know how often, like, I already have a red monochromatic palette, but I don't know, like this one kind of already seems to have more shades than the BH one that I have, and I just want to see how they play. I don't have a blue palette. I don't have a ton of blue shades, so the blue one also calls to me. I don't need any more lip products. You'll see that in next week's video. I really don't, but the glosses also look super, super cute. So you can buy the PR package. I think each palette is like $28 each. And then the, each palette is $25 each. And then I don't know, the trio I think is like, the lip set is $28, but you also get like a refillable icy cup. So I mean, also if you're someone that goes to the movies a lot, you can just bring your cup. I don't know. Too Faced finally released their spring collection. So it's that like springy butterfly palette, and then this like camo palette and some lip products. And I'm not excited about this. I really don't care. This isn't for me. This might be for someone, but this isn't my makeup aesthetic. These aren't shades that I like pull towards. I do think it's interesting that they're doing a camo palette, because didn't Kim Kardashian do a camo palette this year, if people remember? I don't know, camo had a little moment, I think, but that's all I really have to say about that. What else is this? Spectrum and Emily in Paris, which is another show on Netflix, are also doing a collab. There's some macaroon makeup sponges, 2 different brush sets, a travel mug, a phone case. I don't know, if you're a big fan of Emily in Paris, there's stuff for you. Oh, and like a little pouch. I don't know anything about this show. I don't really care. I think the brushes are like cute, but if I'm being honest, like Pixie could probably release something like this. I think they could. I don't know. It's not for me, but if you liked Emily in Paris, season 2 is coming. Oh, so here's Colourpop. They're releasing their new eyeshadow palette, the Gone Matte Mega Palette. Includes 30 different shades, all mattes, $34 plus blotted lips. Comes out December 16th at 10 a.m. So when you're watching this, depending on when you're watching this, it should be up in a few hours, because I usually post by like 9 a.m. But if you're watching after that, if you're watching after the morning, it's out. Again, I think this, like, look, this is the 2 Jason Wu palettes put together. This is it. Colourpop just made it one big giant palette. That's so funny to me. I'm not gonna get this. I don't need this. I don't need a big giant neutral palette, because I already have the Jeffree Star one. This isn't for me. But if you didn't want to pay the Jason Wu prices, you can buy it in Colourpop. That's kind of funny. Sephora right now is doing their 20% off full fragrance. This ends December 24th, so Christmas Eve. And I mean, if you've already been doing the 20% sales, you would have already seen that fragrance was included, but this 20% sale specifically is for fragrance, but not for any minis or roller balls or anything like that. It's just for the full size. If you were interested in a fragrance, I would say hit up the sale, but if I'm being honest, I would wait until after the holidays, because then there's like mega sales like left and right. It's like Black Friday 2.0, especially for fragrance. So I don't know. 20% is okay. Usually there's not too high of sales in perfumes, but I think that the sales after the holidays are a little bit better. Okay, and I think I also talked about this last week. So Color Rain released a like neutral palette last week, but there's a new announcement that they're coming out with the botanical collection, and it includes 2 palettes, which are $16 each, 2 cream blushes, which are $12 each, 2 mini matte liquid lipsticks, 10 each, 2 satin lipsticks, also $10 each, 2 lip liners, $10 each, 1 lip gloss, $10. Comes out December 20th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, the Colourpop one was Pacific Standard Time, before I forget. So this looks pretty cute. I don't know what's going on with Color Drain. They had tons and tons of sales and but weren't releasing anything new. The last thing I remember them talking about that was new was the makeup brushes that I had purchased. And I had purchased them like on drop, and they were like the little like cafe ones. But I don't know, it looks cute. Am I gonna pick it up? Probably not. The lip products look cute, but again, I don't need any more lip products. I don't. I have a problem. I truly do. Those same blush tones, I swear, are just the blush tones in that Pat McGrath palette that I want. So this isn't for me. But looking at the shadows, I love that this like metallic kind of teal has been like a popular trend in a lot of palettes lately. And there's a metallic green in the other one. This looks really, really pretty, and I love a botanical garden. I grew up in the Bay Area. We had a big, huge botanical garden out in San Francisco, and we would take field trips, and I would love to go and visit. It's really cool, so that's neat. I do want to talk about this one because I actually did get it in PR, and I'm pretty excited to talk about it. So K18, their leave-in molecular repair hair mask is coming to Sephora. It's vegan, and for the full size it's $75, and for the mini it's $29. It comes online December 21st, and then December 22nd, or excuse me, December 26th in stores. So I already have my hands on this, and like this is a beloved product, and like people really, really love it. A lot of questions have been asked, you know, like can you compare it to Olaplex? So to kind of give like a little mini review of it, it's a very thin product. It's very thin. It's not a deep conditioner by any means. It's just like a hair treatment. So if you do end up getting the mini size that's less expensive, I feel like it would be very easy to go through that because you would think that you would need a lot. I have thin hair, but I have a lot of hair. So it works fine for my thin hair, and I can easily kind of comb it through and work it in. It is a leave-in product. So after you shampoo your hair, it says not to conditioner, and like this is me. Like I just did it to my hair the other day. And like the other day, I mean like yesterday, and this is day 2. I didn't do a conditioner in it. I did put a heat spray because I did blow dry my hair. So how it works is after you shampoo your hair, you gotta towel dry your hair because it needs to be like damp, not dry, but damp. If it's too wet, I don't think it's gonna like stick. You gotta find the right balance, right? And you work it through your hair. I did it from the bottom to the top because I tend to get like really like greasy on my scalp, and then everything kind of like weighs it down. Okay, and then it says to leave in your hair for 4 minutes to let it activate before you go and style it and whatever. And I guess you can let your hair air dry, but from what it's supposed to be doing, it's like protein and things being put in your hair, and I feel like that's kind of the time to style it. I feel like it might leave your hair kind of like crunchy if you let it just air dry. It does say that you can put other leave-in products in your hair like afterwards, after that 4 minutes. And like I said, I did a heat protectant, but my heat protectant also has like a leave-in conditioner element to it. So it was fine. I don't think, if you don't have fine hair, I don't think this is for you. I don't. I just think that the product is too thin and it's very easy to get it through, like I said, my fine hair. But I think if you're going to be doing, if you had thicker hair, you would have to use way more product and then use a leave-in conditioner on top of it, because my partner has thicker, kind of curlier hair, and we did it in their hair too, and their hair was just like crunchy and it didn't really do anything, and I had to put in a leave-in like cream conditioner, and it's just like, even $29 is a lot for a step that you're not really benefiting from. So I couldn't imagine paying $79 for that, but that's what I'm saying. So if you have fine hair, I think it'll be great, because my hair feels really nice. Like, I can run my fingers through it. It feels pretty healthy. But I don't know. I don't think it's for thick hair. And that's the end of my review. But that will be coming. Okay, so Benefit is coming out with the Professional. It's the Light Primer Water-Based Pore Primer, an ultra lightweight and breathable water-based face primer that blurs and refines the looks of pores while ensuring a long-lasting even makeup application. With a special blend of powders, fragrance-free formula feels refreshing and cooling when applied, and it has a translucent natural looking finish. $32 for the large, or for the normal size, and then $13 for the mini. I'm not a huge fan of Benefit, and I'm not a huge fan of the Professional series. Maybe you are. It says that it doesn't clog pores, but I feel like Benefit clogs my pores, so take that for what you will. Oh, I didn't talk about this when I talked about the Colourpop palette, but they did say that the blotted lips are coming back. And looking at it, I thought the blotted lips was more of like in a liquid tube, so it looks like they put them more in like a stick formula. And if my assumption is correct, these are similar to those Lime Crime lip pops that I talked about in you'll see them in my lip declutters. Let me see, do I have one just readily available? Okay, so Lime Crime has these things called lip pops. They're a satin lipstick. They're the ones that you push the button and then like it looks like this. These are, you can make them blotted. They kind of feel more like a tinted balm, if you will. I really enjoy these. I think these are being discontinued. They've been on sale for 1,000 years. And really, I don't know, I think the Colourpop would be more price friendly. These were like $20, and then they've been on sale for $10, but like I said, I think they're being discontinued. And I don't know, so I think these ones might be better. I'm kind of interested to pick it up. I don't need another lip product, especially if I have these, because I would just pick them up to compare them to these and get the same shades. And what if I like both? And then I have two of the same shade that I'm never gonna get through. My lip inventory video really showed me some things about myself. But they look really pretty. So I don't know, if you weren't already a fan of the original ones, I think these ones might change your mind. And that's assuming they're similar to this formula and what these do. And I don't know, I feel like Lime Crime comes out with these like sleeper products that do pretty well, like their freckle pen and their brow pen, the like brush tip one, and they're like they're little cream blushes, and then people don't buy them, and then brands come out with newer, better versions of them, and then people kind of forget about the Lime Crime ones, even though it's not necessarily like that they're bad. It's just super pricey for what it is. You know what I mean? Like, why would you pay $20 for a brow pen that gives you like this much product when you can pay $11 to NYX and get like that much product? Anyway, to go back to Colourpop and not talk about Lime Crime, these look really cute. So I might add one of them in my basket if I make a purchase from Colourpop. And so I think that's it for this week's video. I don't think there was like too many releases this week, or the releases that came out were kind of, I don't know, the eye-catching one to me is that Pat McGrath one. But again, it's just another episode talking about neutrals. I don't know, so you let me know down below what has been catching your eye. What are you interested in? Are you also a fan of these lip pops from Lime Crime? I would love to hear from you guys. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next week. And I'm so excited because I don't have to go to work, so I can film in the daytime. I know, I'm excited. So I will see you guys next week. Bye.